And I think this is where you see a potential for some really healthy leadership attributes, folks who hold the ideas and the opinions of the collective, right? Like I might be able to really hold, okay, what do senior leaders need, but also what do our frontline workers need? Like, how am I holding the gap in between? But it can also be really harmful to leadership when I feel unsafe in my belonging because I might sacrifice my purpose or my intention or my integrity to belong. And I might shapeshift in that in each of these levels. And it can be really damaging and really harmful when belonging becomes a priority response in a place that doesn't center belonging and can really get in the way of the community and collaborative experience. So just like self-preservation has its, limits, and it can sort of hold us back in places and maybe not allow us to take risks when we're triggered in that area. Social can be harmful in the fact that it might not actually be doing anyone any good if I'm trying to do good for everybody without the risk of rejection.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah, I think interestingly, what I've recognized so much more in for me, like creating and sustaining relationships is like, I think one of my best qualities. And many of the people in my life would say that I'm someone who like meets people and brings them into the fold and like builds these relationships and keeps relationships going. Like I'm often the glue in a group of people. I'm the one who's, kind of keeping everyone together and like having some cadence of like, let's get together, let's do this, let's connect, like that type of thing. Right. And
Mhm.
creating an environment where we connect. So it's like something that I really love about myself. And when I'm overdoing it, it's like all I'm doing is like building relationships and not paying attention to like my
Mhm.
resourcing, right? And how much time do I have to give away to people that want it,
Mhm.
And so I have found myself recently, especially like anyone who wants to start a business or is thinking about leaving corporate or whatever, right? I have a lot of these people in my life or in my past career and stuff like that. And so people will reach out oftentimes with like, how'd you do it? Whatever, and I'm like, I probably should start figuring out a way to balance this.
Mhm.
Not to say I want to like pull back and be totally stingy with my time. And even if I were going to cut off those types of requests that wouldn't be stingy, I do understand that. But like, how do I bring more balance between my own priorities for my own well being and me helping other people? Because I think I
Mhm.
feel very capable and competent in helping other people. And so it's an easy
Mhm.
place for me to overdo it when I feel maybe insecure in other areas or like don't feel like I have the energy in other areas because it's
Mhm.
like it's an easy thing for me to do. And then it goes into overdoing really quickly.
Yeah, and I think social instinct folks who sort of fixate at this at their top really should learn the art of reciprocity, right? The idea of give and receipt. And to be in reciprocal relationship is really how we do it well and how we model it well. And we don't see a lot of that, I think, as women, right? We're sort of conditioned. I think that's why this instinct can go so far so fast for folks who sit in it and can get so detrimental because it's also culturally conditioned. Right? It might be appropriate in my family context, but then I get into school and high school and college and sports, and it's even perpetuated any even further to be in that sort of caregiver, self-sacrificing kind of role. And so that idea of learning reciprocity and how to hold receipt, whew, that's some work.
This one is so charged with like, I can remember some instances where I have set boundaries around relationships and like had it thrown in my face of like me being selfish or me not like being somebody who supports other women or like whatever, and it's like, I think it very quickly can turn from I'm going to prioritize my needs to like, you're not supporting other people. And like,
Mhm.
that's discomfort I have to work through, because I know that
Mhm.
that's not the truth. Like, that's not the reality of
Mhm.
the situation. And it is about finding that balance.